Hi there. Welcome to Sunnyside Journals. I'm Catherine. I had a little visit today. I have a whole bunch of things that I'm going to do. I have a little bit of work to do on Grimm's Fairy Tales here. Hold on, let me get this blade out of the way. Let's move this, all this stuff in my way. There we go. How's that? Alrighty. So I got the lace done and sewn on. Actually, you know what? I want to take a photo of this right now. Hold on. Let me get my phone here. I'll use it and take a photo. There we go. That way I can refer back to the photo because I'm going to move some things off of there. And I can remember where I wanted them. So it's only the buttons that are loose. I have... I've already sewn the laces on and they look, I love how this turned out. So, and of course, all that yammering that I was doing, I think over the weekend, and now I can't remember whether I posted that video or not. Sometimes I'll tape a video and then for whatever reason, for many reasons, I will opt, no, I'm not going to post it. And I was going on about wanting to save that G, to be able to see that G. And then what did I do? I put a ribbon right through it, but I wanted to. I kept looking at it and thinking, oh, maybe I shouldn't, maybe. And then I just wanted that. I wanted that ribbon there. And you know my saying, the heart wants what it wants. So yeah, you know what? I'm just looking at that and I think I need to pop that up. Oh, I'll put you over. Okay. Oh, let me just turn my phone is still going there. All right, let me see if I've, oh yeah, I have tied that in a knot. Okay, I was going to pull the thread through from the back to the front so I could tie a knot in it, but I already did that. Oh my goodness. All right, so what I'm going to do now, as I've explained before, when you use a sewing machine to sew through any kind of cardstock, and definitely through book covers, I've learned now, because this is my second one, you'll get the paper volcanoes, I call them, because the displacement, right? The needle going through the cardstock, that paper's got to go somewhere, so it just pushes it right through to the other side, and you just get all these little bumps. It's like your book has zits on the inside. And it just, when I put the end papers, eventually put the end papers in, this just ensures that the end papers lie nice and smooth. And of all things, you can use your bone folder to do this. You can use pretty well anything that's just, you know, smooth and round and hard. I just happen to like this one. It's a cocktail pick. I have a package of 6 that I use when I make a martini to hold my olive. But I donated 1 to the journaling cause. And yeah, so then I still have 5, and I only need 1 at a time. My husband doesn't like olives, which amazes me. I love a beautiful olive. I love olive, black olives, green olives, stuffed with blue cheese or garlic or almonds or I love olives. Olives. Okay, I'm getting a little giddy here. So there we go. So that's ready. I have not picked end papers yet for this, and I'm trying to decide whether to raid my books that I have of wrapping paper, or whether to maybe see if I've got some pretty botanicals, maybe botanical on the inside. I'm not sure yet. Anyhow, so I wanted to show you something that you can do. I'm still not sure, all these threads. I'm leaving them on because I might want them on, I might want them off, and I don't know yet. So I'm going to deal with them for now. I want to show you something that you can do if you want to attach buttons. And like I have done here, I should have got my little cluster ready, sewn my buttons on, and then attached it to the cover. And I didn't. I went ahead and did all this work and attached that to the cover. But now I want to put buttons on. And I can't. To try and sew them on. I've done it before. I've done it with thread and a curved needle. Hold on, let me find it. I've used a curved, like an upholstery type needle, and you can literally just go through and pop it back up, out like that, and then you can tie it with a knot and attach it on like that. But you can also, if you want to be able to just glue them on, you can sew threads onto your button. Gosh, my fingernails look horrible. I apologize. And then glue them on. And they'll stay quite well because the threads will grab really well with your Fabri-Tac. And the nice thing about doing that is sometimes when you find threads, vintage threads at your little secondhand shops, they've still got the original thread in them. And I love that. And you can just leave that be and leave those original threads there so that they are saved forever. I just love that. I think that's going to be pretty. So these ones are ready to go. This one needs, oh. Yeah, I wonder if I can tie that in a knot because it looks like it's going to try and fray. Or is it in a knot? I think it's already in a knot. Are you already in a knot? You are too. All right, I'm just going to trim those a little bit. They're kind of sticking out. There we go. All right, that's a little better. So I'm going to need thread and the needle. Just dropped something on the floor and I don't know what I dropped, so I better go look before I... Oh, rats. Oh! It's a spool of thread. All right, I'll get that later. Hopefully I'll remember to get that later. All right, so I'm going to put this away because I don't want to use this needle. And I'm literally just going to sew thread onto buttons. I'm going to use double thread because I want it to be thick and noticeable. There we go. Alrighty. So today is my mother's birthday. I talked to her on the phone and she's terrific. She was very happy to hear and see from me. We FaceTimed. She looked great. And she got all the birthday cards. Lots of people sent her birthday cards. Oh, jeepers. My fingers are so sore. I can go for weeks and weeks and they're fine. And then all of a sudden they'll decide, no, it's time to split and crack and dry out from working with papers. And then they hurt till they hurt till they heal. And then they'll be fine for a couple of weeks. And no matter how I try and moisturize. Anyhow, she was doing great. Those angels that work at her nursing home, they're wonderful. The nurse that was helping with the phone, helped my mom. She likes to tape her greeting cards to the wall so she can enjoy them, just like artwork. So so the nurse was helping her do that while I was on the phone. I was able to let her know where there was Scotch tape. There we go. So just leave yourself, hang on to a tail while you're sewing, and leave yourself room so you can just tie a knot. There we go. And if you feel like it, you know, if this is going to be a really thready kind of, you know, leave those long, or if you want, trim them closer. So I want them a little shorter. There we go. That one's ready. Now none of these have thread, so we'll do that again. Yeah, so Mum, she sounded terrific. And oh my goodness, she was so funny. So I wished her a happy birthday. And I said, Mom, can you believe it? You're 93. And she said, oh, I didn't know that. I'm 93. Wow. And I said, that's wonderful. And she goes, well, I guess. And I said, Mom, but think about this. I said, Mom, I'm 60. I'm the baby of the family. I have 3 older brothers. And I said, Mom, your baby is 60. Well, that upset her. She didn't mind being 93, but she didn't like knowing that her baby was 60. I thought that was cute. So I just go in and out a few times, enough so that you've got the thread as thick as you like it to look. I go one direction, maybe about 3 times, and then I go in the other direction. Oh, I've got myself into a loop here. Hold on, I'm talking too much. There we go. Yeah, she didn't like that that her baby is 60 years old. And I guess someday when my baby's 60, well, my youngest, when he's 60, that'll make me 90. Boy, oh boy. But like they always say, you know what? You can grow old happily, because it beats the alternative. There's only one other alternative to growing old. I certainly don't mind growing old. It's an honor that is that too many people aren't have that taken away from them too soon. So it really, I don't like to bellyache about getting old, but sometimes I do groan about aches and pains. Oh yeah, I'll do that. But I don't mind my gray hair. I don't mind my wrinkles. I don't mind that at all. Okay, let's trim these. Okay, so that one's ready. Oh wait, I have a story. I just noticed I moved this out of the way. Okay, I have a story about my mom in honor of her birthday today. So here, let me bring this closer. This is my mom. She is so beautiful. And in a formal gown. She's 17 in this picture, so that would have been, she was born in 1927. You do the math. I think that makes it 1944. There was a big dance in their neighborhood, big formal dance. And you can see the Union Jacks up on the post of their porch of her house. There was a big dance coming up. And everyone was going to this dance. It was a huge deal. And my dad at the time was in the Royal Canadian Air Force. He was a sergeant. He was a wireless air gunner. He was in training at the time. And, pardon me. And Mom had just found out that he wasn't granted time off. So she wasn't going to be able to go to this big dance with my dad. That was such a big deal. And everyone, all of her friends, her girlfriends, Katie Hummel was one of her girlfriends. And they were all saying, go anyways, come on, it's going to be fun. You can go with us. As many young girls and boys have dealt with over their life if they didn't have a date. And their friends said, come anyways. And she said, no, I don't want to go if I can't go with Ernie. I don't want to go. And they still kept saying, come on, you gotta go, you gotta go. And her brother said, I'll take you, I'll be your date. And she said, oh, I don't know, and I don't have anything to wear. Well, then one of the neighbors said, I have the perfect dress, and it will fit you. I know it'll fit you. And her neighbor apparently went running into her house and came out with this beautiful gown. And the top bodice is all lace overlaid over satin. And it's black and white, but apparently, as my mother tells the story, it was yellow, which is her favorite color. So this dress, that, look at that, if it does fit her absolutely perfectly, perfect length, perfect fit, in her favorite color. And the neighbor said, oh, look at it, it looks so beautiful. Let me run and get a camera, because they didn't own a camera. My mother was, her family was very poor. And so she agreed. Oh, all right, I'll go, and got the gown on. Neighbor took a beautiful picture of her. I wish her brother was in the picture. That would have been nice to see my uncle with her. And off they went to the dance, and she was still not convinced that that was the right thing to do. But when she got to the dance, and she was with her brother, and she, that was nice. It was nice to be able to go. But when she walked into the hall and was sort of looking around, she said she looked across the hall, and there on the far side of the hall, wearing his very best cleaned and pressed uniform, was my dad in his sergeant's uniform. And he had managed at the last minute to get permission for leave, and he got there in time for the dance. And apparently they had a wonderful evening, and he had to go back to Camp Borden right when it was done. He had to go straight back. But they had a wonderful evening together, and no one had a camera, so I don't have a picture of the two of them at this dance. But that was my mother heading off to the dance, and little did she know her Prince Charming actually was going to be at the ball. So there's a birthday story about my mom. Those were tough times too, boy. We think we're going through tough times right now, and we are. We're not alone in the course of history. People have come through it, and we will come through this too. So there you go. There's your Jerry story. I love that picture of her. There, I'll put that right there while we sew buttons. So what else have I done? Oh, I just undid that. Oh my goodness. Multitasking is not. Oh, it's because there's a little hole. Okay, I'm going to have to do this carefully. It's a 4-hole button, and 2 of the holes it has snapped through. All right, well, I'm going to just have to make do. They would have done that in the past, right? You make do even with a broken button. I can do that. Yeah, so good news. One of my favorite little thrift stores in town was open yesterday. So of course, ever having a mask on hand, I went in and hold on, I'm going to tie this. Oh, and then I'm going to explain something to you, because I just flipped this over and you're probably wondering, Catherine, what are you doing? So I went into the store because I had a mask with me, and they had the floor all marked out with arrows, and they asked that you please sanitize your hands right there at the door, which I'm more than happy to do. And they said, we insist on a mask, and I said, hey, I insist on a mask, so no arguments from me. I'm more than happy to keep other people safe, and I'm always glad when they put a mask on to keep me safe. So I didn't find much. I found 2 necklaces that unfortunately I already broke up. I found some little necklaces. I wanted some more little dangly things to put on bulb pins or on safety pins. And so I found 2 necklaces for $1. So I already broke them up and sort of sorted them into colors. I was happy about that. And then I found, because of course I needed more playing cards. But These ones were so pretty. I couldn't resist. So they, Cosi fan tutti, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. So look how cute these playing cards are. And they got a nice yellowing on them. They're not brand new. They're not necessarily vintage, but they're certainly older. I would dare say 80s. I would bet on that. Look how cute they are. Oh, so you can't blame me for grabbing. They were $1. Come on. I find no fault there. So pretty. So I sort of had a little, oh wait, one more thing. I keep forgetting. Oh, I banged into, sorry. I just found this little table runner, but it's very pretty. It's got a little cotton edging that somebody has done a very nice job on. So I'm not sure what I'll do with that, if it'll get cut up or whether. Sometimes I just like to wrap a journal in a pretty little lace doily or a runner. Okay, Mom, let's move you over. There you go. Oh, here we go. So I tied a knot in that. So you might have noticed, as I said, sometimes buttons have 2 different colors on other sides. Sometimes if it's a shell button, you'll see the other side. You'll see actually the rough side of a seashell. And for some reason, this button had pink on one side. It's not a shell button, but for some reason, there was pink on that side, and it's sort of a pearly finish on this side. But I liked the pink, so I'm going with the pink side because artists can choose what they want, right? So there we go. One more to go. And this one, I believe, is a shell one, because I have a few others of this style in my stash, and they have that rough brown side on it. This one doesn't happen to. But yeah, I wonder if I've got enough thread to get that one done. Let's give it a try. Let's see if we can do it. So also, it wasn't a thrift store haul, but in a way a thrift haul, because as ever with me, it's secondhand, right? I like to the best of my ability to have secondhand in my journals, repurposed and rescued and reloved, right? So, hold on, I'll put that down. I got an entire set of World Book Encyclopedias on Facebook Marketplace. Look at that spine. Isn't that beautiful? This is just the first volume. There's 10 volumes in this set that I got, and they're in beautiful condition. Hold on, I'm going to show you the inside. Wait till you see the end papers. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, I am so excited to turn all these books into journals. Oh my goodness, look how pretty that is. That Zeppelin. So pretty. And the insides are just spectacular. So these are from, I believe, 1929. And they've just got really awesome black and white illustrations in them. Hold on, let's go. There we go. All these little old-fashioned type illustrations. I just love them. Look at the guts and the abdomen. That's going to make a great, like a scientific kind of card. Abyssinia. Oh, it's just so nice. And to have the complete set. Look at that. The farmer feeds them all. Isn't that neat? There are a few color plates in it. There are some maps. Let me see if I can find. There's a map of Australia. Hold on, I'm not centered. I apologize. There we go. So the maps seem to always be in color, and then I have seen a few color plates. Not very many, maybe 2 or 3 per volume, but they're nice. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Asia. Beautiful. Everyday life in Asia. Oh boy. You always have to wonder how accurate. I love this one. Look at for arithmetic. Isn't that pretty? every single volume. I've been looking through them, is just beautiful. And what amazes me, here's a color plate. What amazes me when you can find books like these, quite often it's been in somebody's basement, you know, parents or grandparents, and pulled out. And quite often, because they've been in a basement, they can be quite musty and moldy, and it can actually ruin them. And these ones are not. These ones, they're fantastic. They just smell like my cottage, what I grew up with, my Uncle Willie's cottage. Maybe that's why I like old books. It just smells like Uncle Willie's cottage. But so I got 10 of these. I'm so excited to turn these into journals. They're a nice size. Lately, I just love making great big books lately. Big writing in journals. So that's yeah, I'm happy about that. Oh, what's that? Oh, I thought I saw a cool color plate. Oh, Farmer Feeds. No, maybe not. So that was a great find. All those books. I was very happy about that. Let's finish this. Trying to think of anything else. I can't think of anything else. I got hubby home today. He worked Monday and Tuesday, and he's home today. He has to work all weekend. So normally, he usually works one weekend a month. Normally on the weekends he works. I head up to my little Kirby Church book sale. Sadly, the people that run it, they're older people, and not everyone from my generation and onwards, backwards, I guess, I don't know, they don't live on the internet, which I admire. So it's very hard to get information on the sale, and I don't know whether whether it's open yet or not, because certainly lots of thrift stores are open, so it makes me wonder if the book sale is open or not, because it's just run by a little church. So I think if it's a nice sunny day on Saturday, it's such a beautiful drive. I drive, it's through farm country. It's about 20 minutes away. And I'm already out in the sticks, so to speak. So it's just a lovely drive anyways. And my honey is going to be at work. So I may very well just go up anyways and take a chance and see if they're open. I think I will try. Okay, so my only challenge to getting these buttons on now is I really want to use this button. It's so pretty. Can you see that? Look how pretty that is. But it has, what's that called, a shank? So that's going to pose a bit of a challenge for me to get that on. But we can do it, right? This is the order I want them in. Maybe I should check my phone. Hold on, I want to check my photo again. Yes, that's how I want them. So I want that one just right there. So I may have to do a little bit of needle and thread calisthenics here. Calisthenics? Contortionism. And see if I can get that sewn on, and then I will just glue the other ones on with Fabri-Tac. Okay. There we go. I've been taking apart the dictionary that I got the other day when I went up to the Antiques Barn and got some, you know what, I'm going to have to remove those again. When I went up to the Antiques Barn to get some hand sanitizer. There we go. Come on. I found that really great dictionary. So I've been taking it apart and preparing it to go in the papers for the Gilbert and Sullivan book that I'm also working on. This is I'm doing 2 books at once again this time, so they may take a little longer to finally finish, or if I finally if I just go on a tangent and get one done. No, come on, don't tell me it's time's up. Oh, that's my alarm. I don't know if you can hear it. All right, well, we got that on. You know what? I hate to... Hold on, let me hit this dismiss. There we go. I'm sorry. I'm not going to get this done. Oh, jeepers. So, yeah. This is... You know what I'm going to be doing, and I will post a finished picture on Instagram. How's that? So I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're safe and taking care of each other and being kind to each other. I love how Ellen ends a show like that all the time. Just be kind to each other. We just... Oh. All right, I'm going to let it go. Take care, and we will talk soon. Bye.